Hey there, GC. Welcome to another edition of GCTV. I'm Kendra Guy here with Lyric McLeod.
Homerooms have been redistributed as students may have been placed in a new homeroom for next year. All students need to check the homeroom postings in the Commons. Homerooms are posted by the Academy and grade on Fridays. Students should report to their new homeroom for registration information.
If you are in Paducah tonight and like pizza, the baseball team is working at a fundraiser at City Rockers. For each table that has one voucher on it, they get $2 per person at the table.
Many of us Eagles were taken by surprise to hear that the Board of Education decided to close Cuba Elementary after this school year. GCTV's Logan Whaley and Brianna Cagle went to Cuba to get insight on the school's closing.
Hey GC, as you all probably know by now, Cuba Elementary School is closing. The school board made this decision, stating that it would help the district financially. Fellow GCTV member Brianna Cagle and I went to Cuba to get some of the teachers' reactions and thoughts about the recent decision. We asked these veteran teachers what their favorite memory was while at Cuba.
Here at Cuba, we're just a really close-knit group of teachers, faculty, assistants. We all just look out for one another. So I don't know if there's just any one particular fond memory, but just a lot of great memories.
I don't know that I have a favorite memory. I think my favorite time period here was while Miss Jill was principal.
Miss Jill McLean was the longtime principal at Cuba Elementary until she passed away in 2012. Many teachers and students feel that she wouldn't want to see the school close.
Some of my favorite things that I look back on, good, and some of the things that stand out that were sad. Some of my best memories are when Miss Jill was principal here.
So while these teachers didn't have a favorite moment in particular, they did have a certain feeling about Cuba being closed down.
I realize that money is an issue with our enrollment being low, but it's still sad that we don't get to stay here. I had planned on retiring from Cuba. I can't imagine not being here.
My parents went to school here. My grandparents went to school here. My brothers and sisters went to school here. So it's been a part of my life. Cuba has always been a part of our family. I wish that we could stay open. I wish that we could, I would love to do it, but we can't do it at the detriment of what's best for the students. And if that's what we need to do financially, we need to serve their needs the best that we can.
I think it's sad, for the whole community, but I think that, with change, it's always scary not knowing, the end result or what's going to happen. And I think we're resilient. We've always shown that, and I think that, just being together and, we'll figure it out.
For the better part of the teachers at Cuba, their opinions could be summed up in one word: sad. Now that the teachers had their say, we spoke with Cuba principal Laura Miller to get her thoughts about Cuba.
I know there have been bumps in the road with every school. There's always bumps in the road. Last year, I guess, they had great success on K-Prep. They became from a school in needs to a distinguished school, so that was great. It's great to work with, people that expect that and do well, and it makes you feel good. I have found this to be my home, and I am Cuba. And it is kind of sad. I don't necessarily think kids will be better off, but I understand sometimes decisions have to be made. It's just the way things have to be. If that's why they have to be, then that's how they have to be.
The school may be closing its doors for good, but the memories will never be erased. For GCTV, I'm Logan Whaley.
Thanks, Logan. We also reached out to Superintendent Kim Harrison for this story, but she was not able to schedule a time to speak to us.
FBLA study sessions will be held after school for the rest of the week in E36. Don't forget the Region 1 conference is this Monday morning. The bus leaves at 7:35. All participants need to be at school at 7:25 to get their name tag and be checked in for dress code. You will need to bring money for lunch. You will be back at the school around 5:30.
Jackson Purchase Energy Corporation, JPEC, or West Kentucky Rural Electric will again sponsor 2 high school juniors to travel to Frankfort in April as a part of Kentucky's Rural Electric Cooperative Youth Tour Program. Students will learn about how Kentucky's government works by meeting legislators and touring the Capitol building.
Then, during June, these students will represent their electric cooperatives in an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. Students can access the application at www.jpenergy.com or www.wkrecc.com. High school juniors between the ages of 16 and 18 whose parent or guardian receives electric service at their primary residence, JPEC, or West Kentucky Rural Electric are eligible.
Additional eligibility requirements are situated in the application. Students must return a completed type application and other required documentation to the Jackson Purchase Energy or West Kentucky Rural Electric no later than Friday, March the 7th.
Next Tuesday, March 4th, will be a big day for testing for most students. Juniors will be taking the ACT. Sophomores and freshmen will take the ACT plan. Testing locations have been placed in the Commons. Make sure you check the list to find your testing teacher and location. Seniors, you will go to the PAC for presentations.
All credit recovery must be completed to attend prom. Please make arrangements to ensure you have this taken care of before May. The guideline applies to all students regardless of which grade you're in.
During the break, Miranda Branham looks ahead to see who we face in the district tournament championship.
Plus, Andrew Zergott has your Frosty forecast.
Hey GC, last night we found out which teams our Eagles and Lady Eagles will play in the district championship games. In girls action, Ballard beat Mayfield by a score of 50-43. That means that the Lady Bombers will meet our Lady Eagles on Thursday night. The game will tip off at 7 at Mayfield. On the guys' side, Mayfield led Ballard by just 3 points at the end of the third. However, the Cardinals turned it on and cruised to a 67-51 victory over the Bombers. That means our Eagles will face off against Mayfield for the district tournament championship. That game tips off at 7 Friday night at Mayfield High School. For GCTV Sports, I'm Miranda Branham.
Hey GC, it's Andrew with the weather. Today will be sunny with a chilling temperature of 25. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 33. And Friday we'll have a high of 42 with a slight chance of rain. And that's your weather.
The Student Council is hosting a blood drive this Friday. You can sign up before Friday in the Commons during lunch.
The Fancy Farm Recreation Association will be hosting sign-ups for Pee Wee, basketball, and softball at Fancy Farm Senior Citizen Center from 1 to 3 p.m. on March 2nd and March the 9th.
Free plan and ACT workshops are still available. Afternoon sessions begin at 3:15. Today is English in B16 with Mr. Mallory. Tomorrow morning is Science in B08 with Ms. Robertson at 7 o'clock.
Students 18 and over, Lowe's Home Improvement is hiring for seasonal work. Applications are available at lowes.com/careers.
Career apprentices, listen up. You'll be taking a group picture for 5th period tomorrow during the announcements. All career apprentices need to show up.
Anyone in youth leadership needs to meet after school in the Youth Services Center for a brief meeting. If you are unable to attend, please stop by and see Ms. Horn for details.
That's all for today. For GCTV, I'm Kendra Guy.
And I'm Lyric McLeod.
My ears are burning, but I kept